everyone. Welcome to my webpage / master's project / thesis thing. Take a look around, see what you like and stuff like that. Basically, I'm just doing an introductory video discussing what my problem statement is, how I arrived at the problem statement, and some sub-questions, things to consider while you float around, clicking on different little tabs. So essentially, my problem statement concerns student choice and its effect in their engagement in the classroom. Namely that most often when you assign books to kids in class, you get a lot of blank stares, you get a lot of, oh yes miss, I did read it, but they actually didn't. You can always tell. And it's not an uncommon thing. I mean, when I was in high school, I really didn't read a lot of the texts that we were assigned. I just had no interest in this guy, for one, or one of these guys, as another example. And that's, nothing against Dostoevsky or Dickens. I was 16, I was 17, I really didn't understand it. I wanted to read Twilight for lack of better judgment on my younger counterpart. Or younger self rather, and because of that I read on my own mostly, and then I just skimmed through the books in class to get the answers and be able to complete the homework. And you'll find later in the data that a lot of the kids that I did talk to did the same thing, so we'll see that it's not really something so uncommon. So based on that, I decided to come up with a research question that would address this issue of if we incorporate more student choice in the classroom, will kids be more likely to be, number one, engaged in class, and will they be more engaged in reading the text that we assign them? How will this affect them as independent readers? And a few really important questions to consider, sort of bouncing off of that problem statement or problem question is, how can a teacher incorporate choice in the classroom, right? So it's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to actually do. Action speaking louder than words in this case. How can we measure whether student choice affects their level of classroom engagement? I mean, classroom engagement is something very difficult to measure, kind of like class participation. What are the factors that we would use to deduce whether or not choice affects how focused kids are in class, how into it they are? And lastly, can we realistically factor in student choice with respect to class text when you're factoring elements in like the Common Core and standardized testing? I mean, it's a lot of other stuff that you have to get through. You've got to get through grammar and vocabulary. So how can we incorporate this as an educational tool and make our English classrooms, more, I don't want to say interesting, because I always want my English class to be interesting. I don't think any English teacher wakes up in the morning and is like, I think I'll make my class very boring today. But more engaging for the students. I think now, if I pick this up, I might actually try and read it. And you can see I made an effort when I was in high school up until page 81. And I think I called it quits after that because the highlighting just kind of stops. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't want to make a super long video or have an orchestra cut me off like an Oscar speech or something. So take a look around and enjoy. Bye.